Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Planet Tyro, and it's me, Mario. I want to say congratulations on 1,000 subscribers. Yes, it only took us 6 goddamn years. Guys, we made it 1,000 subscribers. I know it's actually kind of pathetic to even celebrate that because the 1,000 currency in this YouTube age means nothing. But thanks to each and every one of you watching who subscribed. And you know what? Our content is so varied. Just by me making a video on this movie right here, we're gonna lose subscribers and probably gonna fall under the 1,000 subscriber mark, but it doesn't matter. Avengers Endgame is here and I wanna talk about it. This is gonna be a spoiler-free discussion. We're actually probably gonna do a spoiler talk on the podcast, Voice of My Podcast, so stay tuned for that. But here's my quick thoughts. And to be honest with you, I don't have to go on and on about the movie because my thoughts are pretty concise. So let's get into it. You know what? I just realized that I didn't do a discussion for Captain Marvel, which is the movie before Avengers Endgame. I thought Captain Marvel was one of the most forgettable movies in the MCU. It wasn't a horrible movie. I just think it's forgettable. The villains or there was comedic elements about Captain Marvel, but personally I just think it's a very forgettable movie. And the only reason I'm bringing it up is because Captain Marvel made $1 billion and I thought it was so mediocre. But I think, as most of you probably can just agree with me or disagree with me, it's because it was the appetizer to Infinity War and to Avengers Endgame. And I really liked Ant-Man and the Wasp. I thought Ant-Man and the Wasp was really funny. And I think it deserved a lot more money. I don't think Captain Marvel deserved that much money. Anyway, let's get that out of the way and speak about Avengers Endgame. I've seen Avengers Endgame twice. And I liked it more the second time. But even the first time, I thought it was a really great movie. You know, it was really... I really appreciated being alive in this pop culture moment. This movie was a pop culture moment because the movie was a cliffhanger from Infinity War and you just didn't know where it was going to go. We all had our suspicions and for the most part I enjoyed the movie. It was 3 hours. Would I say it was too long? No, because it wanted to focus a lot on character development, which I appreciated. And it was actually, when you really think about it, no spoilers, it was kind of action light. The first half of it was dramatic setup. The second was the heist element, and the third element was the big war, the epic war, which was great. And I enjoyed. It was very adult. I actually thought this was a much more adult and dramatic movie than I was expecting. And I took my girlfriend to see it. I took my nephew to see it, my sister, and we all came away just enjoying the spectacle. But I have to say, man, just as a cinematic pop culture moment, I appreciate this movie and the story it told and the characters it told. And yes, it's a culmination of the 22 Marvel movies and it was a long threaded together build up to get to this point. I enjoy all of that. But as a movie on its own, it's a bit long-winded, but I really enjoy it for moments. As a whole movie, I think this movie actually felt more like 4 episodes of a TV series compacted into one 3-hour experience because it's like 4 different parts put together. In a way, it's a kind of a messy movie, but still really enjoyable. And the second time, I'll admit it, call me a weakling or a pussy if you want, but I teared up. I actually got a bit choked up with how certain storyline, plot elements, character deaths turned out. But I was happy, you know. If I had to say the one thing I didn't really enjoy, when it comes to the ending massive battle, some of the characters we hadn't seen for a while, I wish they got more action in there. Like the Black Panther, for example. I wish I saw more of him doing stuff. But to be honest with you, I understand what this needed to focus on certain characters. Captain America was amazing, standout character in this movie for me. Tony Stark was amazing. This was a good character piece. I really enjoyed that this was a dramatic character piece first and a superhero movie second and a pop culture experience that I was alive to experience that 1 year gap between the movies and the anticipation and, you know, being there with all the fans. It was really enjoyable. Now, obviously, I'm going to take my shot at DC right now and just say, you guys can't even touch what Marvel have done. And, you know, I'm a DC fan more than Marvel, especially with the animated stuff. We spoke about this before, but I like that Marvel have brought these characters that were never epic level, and now the world recognizes Iron Man, Thor, Black Widow, Hawkeye. They recognize them as iconic pop culture characters. We would not say that 20 years ago, but they've elevated characters into a new, and to be honest with you, the reason why I like that the most, and the reason why I love Marvel, is because they're taking smaller characters and making them more interesting. Not just the big hitters, not just Spider-Man and Hulk, the ones that we're used to. You know, Iron Man, Captain America, believe it or not, I don't think they had the awareness they have now. And I wish other superhero or movie studios take that idea and upgrade and elevate smaller level characters that they've done here with Endgame, and look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe, see what they've done and try to replicate it. Hollywood is all about replication. Anyway, I'm going to go on a tangent. We're going to have a big spoiler discussion about Avengers Endgame on our podcast, Voice of Our Podcast. If I had to give Avengers Endgame a rating, I would give it a high first class. There were things that I could nitpick the movie. It wasn't a Hall of Fame for me, but I would say I think, do I like it more than Infinity War? I think I do. But I like Infinity War because it's a bit more leaner. It's shorter, it's more concise. But this has a lot of great moments. I can see myself watching it again and again and again. I've watched Infinity War 3 or 4 times as well. But this Endgame, I can see myself picking moments, watching certain elements again, which we'll get into the spoiler discussion. Anyway, and you know, and actually, I want to end on this. After this movie, I'm kind of glad this is over. This whole Marvel train and seeing superhero movies, I'm kind of over it. And when this movie ended, I felt a lot of closure, and I thought of even cancelling my movie membership because the superhero train is starting to get tiresome. What Marvel have done here is a bookend for me for this kind of thing for a while. So I won't be, you know, we don't review movies, superhero movies that much on the channel anyway, but this is special. I want to end it on this. Endgame is really, really, really enjoyable. Watch it in the damn theater. Do not wait till it comes on streaming. Watch it in the theater. Marvel deserved the money they made. I'm very impressed with this movie. And if you're like the cat-faced killer who hasn't seen any of the Marvel movies, then you know what? I guess you're going to enjoy the journey. But I was just glad I was part of this event as it was unfolding, and as I got to witness the year gap between Infinity War and this movie, you know. So yeah, hats off to the Russo brothers, great directing. Hats off to all the actors that aren't coming back. Captain America is so awesome, man. I think I just thought he was such a boring character, but just like Superman in the comics, they have really done well with Captain America as a character, and that ending was phenomenal and sad and phenomenal. But anyway, check out the podcast. I'll put a link because we haven't recorded the podcast spoiler discussion yet, but I'll put a link in the description before. It's all going to be about Endgame. Guys, thanks for watching. And again, we finally made it to 1,000 subscribers on the channel. Probably going to go down after this video because people like different things on this channel. But regardless, I think we're past that threshold. Regardless, what do you think of Endgame? Is there any other superhero movies you're interested in seeing? Or do you just think that after Endgame, my game is over, I'm done with superhero movies? Is that what you're thinking? Because I'm kind of like, I'm done for now. I'm just not interested in what DC are doing. Want to break off Marvel. Let's just get into some other stuff, you know? I want to get into just more traditional, unique storytelling experiences in the theater. I've tried on long enough, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We're going to be doing more things in future, but as you guys know, we're just focusing on Voice of Mail Podcast. Follow us there. All the socials, all the links are down below. Enough said, guys. We'll see you on the next recording, whenever that is. Thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the 1,000, guys. We love you. We appreciate you. Peace out. Until the next recording.